Time of year is tough because it's naturally tough to see, a guy like B9 and John Hanson, two vets that I really like being around, and just being in everyday scenarios with them, whether it's on or off the floor. But I think Drummond, we all know what he's capable of. Dre is a guy I've known for a long time. We have the same agent and plays extremely hard, and has crazy production. So he's going to be, along with T-Top and Larry and myself, it's going to be a pretty formidable front court, and we're going to be able to make a lot of good things happen, rebound the ball at a high clip, and we have a number of skilled guys that can play different ways. So it makes us more competitive. We add an all-star level player to the team, and it definitely looks good. We just have to get them integrated in February, more than halfway through the season, so we just have to catch them up and get them up to speed.
How surprising was it that they brought a guy in, a two-time All-Star in, when a lot of people thought they were ready to send pieces away?
That wasn't, around the deadline, sometimes you got to expect the unexpected, but I wasn't expecting to be teammates with Dre, and I'm happy I am. I talked to him probably 5 minutes after the trade happened, and we're going to be ready to go.
Who's going to wear number 0?
I guess he is. I would give it up to him. I would give up the number to him, but I don't think I'm allowed to do that. 3? Number 3? Deion Waiters?
What kind of
ball hard?
What kind of mood was he in when you talked to him?
Oh, we were just laughing. It's always light with us. Obviously, we never played on the same team, but I imagine the transition will be mostly smooth, just because I think we complement each other really well, and we'll probably steal each other's rebounds a few times here and there. But the mood was extremely light, and I think it's potential is exciting, especially with guys like Larry and Tristan that can both clean up the glass and pass the ball and do different things.
Why do you think you complement each other so well?
He's a lot like Blake when he was healthy. Obviously, I'm not the high wire act he is, but I can pass the ball. He's going to get a lot of duck-ins, run the floor. I'm going to find him, ahead of the pack. And also, I shoot the ball. He demands so much attention down there. They got to send 2 guys at them, so either I'll clean up on the offensive glass, or he's a willing passer, guy that can find guys on kickouts when he does draw that double and triple team. So it could be a lot of extra threes and open threes for us that we might not have had in the past.
In terms of matchups, how do you think that kind of benefits you and even Tristan and Larry to be able to take on those girthier guys?
Yeah, no, I think it definitely adds a different presence in there and a different way of playing. He's able to match up with, the bigger Brook Lopez's and the Joel Embiid's, and I'm missing a lot, but a lot of the big men in this league that are a lot of rollers, a lot of bigger presence, and he's just a very athletic big that can do a lot of things for us. Gets a lot of steals, blocks, and cleans up the defensive glass.
Going off that presence, how much does that help guys like Colin and Darius and even Jetty if they get beat off from the three-point line?
Oh, me too. It's it definitely it's great on the defensive end as well, but I think on both sides it just on one end it closes down the lane when those guys get beat, and we're asking them to guard the other team's best player or defend in different coverages. And then on the offensive end, I think it just having that lob threat and having that roll threat just opens up a lot for those guys. And on the weak side, they're going to really have to respect him coming down the lane. So that's going to allow for us to, on the weak side, get a lot of open shots and swing action.
Kevin, with the league kind of going smaller, like Houston trading away from well, how, if you guys that play those traditional big roles, I guess, how does that change your style of play?
Yeah, I think we have to exploit mismatches. Sometimes, matchups dictate the lineups, but in our case, I think we have, obviously young guys in the backcourt, but I think our bigs can really, help exploit those mismatches. And if teams are going small against us, we have to try and bury them. We have a great chance to be one of, if not the most, the best rebounding team in the league, really on both sides of the ball, because we have now Tristan and Drummond, who are probably 2 of the top few offensive rebounders in this league, and then you know, we're hoping to, on the defensive end, just be one and done type of guys. So, you know, teams, you know, would hope to make shots against us, because more often than not, they're not going to get offensive rebound.
Do you still see a place for that style basketball?
Yeah, I think so. I just, you know, the league has transitioned, and, you know, I think I talked to Jackie McMullen about it here a couple months ago, just talking about how, you know, there's, you know, 50% less post touches, I think, even in the last 5 years. So I think, you know, you even saw last night, I mean, Embiid typically makes, you know, those shots, but he's 6 for 26, but he's 7-1 and stepping out and shooting, you know, 10 threes. So I'm thinking, you know, I think that you're seeing that quite a bit. But even with a guy like Dre, who doesn't shoot threes, he does, you know, so many other things that almost makes it feel like he has guard skills. So, you know, that's what I mean with Larry being the same way. Tristan's a willing passer most of the time. And no, these are just fun guys to play with. I think we'll, like I said, complement each other pretty well.
Do you think he can teach the young guys about toughness? I mean, you know, you're trying to make strides in that area.
Yeah. No, I think for sure. But I think it's you know, obviously a different transition coming from college into the NBA, and, you know, them being the backcourt, it's you don't really get nights off. I mean, I'm not saying at the power forward or center position you get nights off, but every single night it's, you know, some of the best players in the league at that position. So, I mean, it comes at you fast. It's not like 2 games, you know, a week in college. So, but, you know, they're learning very fast. 50 games in, they haven't really hit a wall, and they're continuing to learn. So I think that's all going to come. But I think he could definitely help.
I know you and Andre share an agent. What's your guys' relationship like?
You know, it's fun. I mean, always light, like laughing. You know, he's very funny. You know, obviously he's a grown man and takes it seriously when he gets between those lines. But I think between Tristan and Larry and you know, myself, we like to keep it light, and then you know, whether it's in practice or in the weight room or on the floor, we turn it on. So you know, I've known Dre forever now, since he was 19, and you know, that's why I think even just having that relationship off the floor will help translate and help transition, hopefully easy for him.
Last two.
I know it's not in your hands, but obviously it's surprising that a team like this adds at the deadline. What's your personal thought, and how do you feel about bringing in a player of Andre's caliber when this team is where it's at right now?
I think it can only help. I think you know, just having a talent like him is going to add to a better play on the court. Eventually will add to more wins. I know we only have 2 games before the deadline, so that's going to be not misleading, but it's not going to be a great sample size. But no, I think it can only help. Just adding him is a big piece really to any team that's looking to get better. And he's 26 years old. I mean, it's you know, going to be interesting to see what he brings. But, you know, I know that, you know, just mentioning all those different variables that he could add, it's going to be interesting to see how we play in different lineups that we can throw out there. I think it'll be fun.
I know it's not your business, but, you know, his option for next. I mean, did it cross your mind just about playing with him for a while? You know, like not just 30 games.
No, for sure. I think especially because you know, he just helps so much on that end, and it's going to allow all of us to just play a little bit more free. I think at every position, because he demands, you know, really so much attention, and then you know, through our guards and different lineups that we're going to throw out there with them, I think we can throw a lot of different lineups out there, whether it's, you know, myself and Larry, whether it's my, you know, Tristan and Drummond, and then you mix up, you know, all the guards in there that are shooting at a high clip and, you know, continuing to grow. It could, you know, really, I always talk about trending in the right direction and playing the right way. I think that helps, and in 30 games that'll be the good sample size of you know, seeing what we're capable of.